Okay guys, let's talk post-hinge recovery. So hinge would be anything like a deadlift, rowing, kettlebell swings, Olympic lifts, anything like that. So typically that low back is going to get worked, that glute, posterior chain, hamstrings. If we really want to think true posterior chain, we're really talking about from the back of the head all the way down to the bottom of the feet. So because of the deadlift or any of that loaded hinge position, again, that low back is usually going to be the tightest. Also, for when we start thinking about like disc pressure, if I go to bend forward like I'm going to round my spine, which we don't want you to do when you're deadlifting. So a nice thing to do is to try to like get that arch in that low back. But also if I do that, I'm going to slack those muscles and just give them a chance to kind of chill out. So again, we want to undo what we just did. That's the idea of recovery. So what I would encourage is, can we get you down on the ground? And let's just start here, and you can even just be on your belly, head kind of resting on your hands, and like this crocodile breathing. So I want you to kind of breathe into your belly, and all you're going to feel is like your belly kind of pressing into the ground, and that's perfect. So in and out of your nose, and just take a handful of breaths there, maybe 30 seconds to a minute. That's okay. Let's go ahead and can we walk you up so that you're kind of propped up on your elbows? And again, I'm trying to get that arch back in my low back, which as long as this isn't painful, this is a good thing. If it's painful, we just wouldn't go up as high. If it really feels prohibitive, of course, don't do this. But again, we want to see if we can take all those ligaments and put some slack back in them. That disc pressure, let's kind of push it back towards the middle of that disc. Let's take all those low back muscles that are maybe screaming and just take the tension off of them. A lot of people like to try to reach down and touch their toes after all this to stretch that stuff out. Definitely not a great idea. I'd much rather you just kind of slack the muscles a little bit. So this is a great position to do that. After say 1 to 2, maybe 3 minutes here, again, just kind of breathing into your belly, I would take you here and see if we can do a little bit of this repeated extension. So almost more like an active cobra, and we do this with some breathing as well. So can I go inhale and then exhale as I press up? Inhale as I come down, exhale as I come up. And again, I'm just trying to kind of move through for all those low back segments, okay? So I'd say about 10 to 15 of those. And then the last part, again, that posterior chain goes all the way down my back, all the way down the back of my hamstrings, calf, and the foot. Kind of like this easy hamstring, active kind of release and stretch. Just gets you to lie down on your back. And can I just try to hold my knee so it's right above my hip? And then can I try to kick my heel up towards the ceiling until I get a nice stretch, leaving that other leg on the ground. Pause here for a second or maybe even a breath, and then bring it back down. And again, a little stretch is fine. I don't want any numbness and tingling. I don't want any pain or anything that feels prohibitive, but just something real easy. Cycle that breath. Tell your body that it's okay to be there, and bring it back down. And again, let's go 10 to 15 of those on each side. And that is a great posterior chain hinge recovery that only takes a couple of minutes. It's great for you personally. If you're a coach and you're taking people through group fitness, it's great for the entire class to do. Just takes 3 to 5 minutes at the end. Give it a try.